back here at the Sports Goombahs. Part 2. Technical difficulties. We knew that was going to happen tonight. No doubt in my mind. All right, this is the pick session. This is a session where I helped you to earn some money, make a few bucks. Last week we were 2-4 last week.
But overall,
what are these pick sessions brought to you by us, the Sports Goombahs, sgshow.net. Okay, last couple of weeks we've been killing it here. 16-6 for a 3-week run, mostly NHL hockey. And last week a little down a week, doesn't matter. We're so much ahead, we can afford to have a little, a minus week. No hiccup, that is. All right, let's get right to what we have this week. All right, I got the New York Giants. I got the New York Rangers.
You could have the Giants too, if you think about it.
I'm off 3 weeks. I'm glad I'm off for another couple of weeks. The New York Rangers are at Pittsburgh. I love this hockey game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Pittsburgh's been shut down lately for the past couple of weeks. Past couple games, actually. They were shut out in the Los Angeles game, and they only scored 1 point the other night, 1 goal the other night. And that's unusual for a team who's averaging 5 goals a game and playing real well. So I expect them to go home. I expect them to come back. The Rangers, good, one of the best hockey teams, one of the best in hockey right now, bar none. And they score in bunches too. So I expect this game to get high scoring where both teams have their moments in this hockey game. And I expect that second period to be a high-scoring period for sure. So I like that game, the over 5.5. The other one, I have Colorado coming to Minnesota. I like this Minnesota team. They're finally one of the top teams in the NHL now. They're winning hockey games, winning the important games, and they're making their move up the standings. I don't know what this game is going to be. I like Minnesota on the side total here. I got them out there at 3.5. Could be 2.5, 3.5. I don't know. You got to check it. I also might like the over of 5 on this too. Check the website out tomorrow for this one. Check it early because I've been putting a lot of these plays up early because I see the numbers changing on it frequently, especially after 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The other game is Ottawa-Chicago. Chicago's starting to kick in again. All right, the Blackhawks. I was
just looking at that game.
The Blackhawks are starting to move. You know me and the Blackhawks. After New Year's, they kick in February. They straighten shit out, and then March they take over the NHL. That's what they do. Not quite time for them yet, but this game here. Ottawa's up and down hockey team. I always like Chicago at home. And I'm laying a 2.5. I'm laying a 2.5. They want the over 2.5 here. Could be a 3.5. I don't think I'm going to see a 3.5 in this game. I like the 2.5. Chicago doesn't kill them. They win hockey games. They're three goals a game. I like them this one. Take the over 2.5 here. Later 150 on that one as well. So I'm giving you 3 games there. 3 games to deal with. New York and Pittsburgh, the over 5.5. Colorado, Minnesota, like Minnesota on the side total, and the over 5 in that game as well. And also I like Chicago to dump on Ottawa over 2.5. That's our games.
Good ones.
Hey, if you're paying your bookie in the last 3 weeks,
it ain't our fault,
not
baby.
Not a chance at all. This is the Sports Goombahs with a pick session, and you're gonna have a bite of a cookie.
Hey, you deserve a cookie. You deserve a cookie with those picks, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not kidding. All right, let's get back to the NFL. We'll delve into a little hockey in a little bit, and a little basketball. There's not much to talk about in the NBA. Watched a couple games. The Dallas Cowboys are trucking on. Okay, they're just a well-oiled machine right now. I don't know if anybody can beat them except the Giants. The only fork in the road, the only fork in it, I should call it, would be the New York Giants. The Dallas has to play New York for a 3rd time this year. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think the New York Giants might go to the Super Bowl again this year. If they can take on Dallas, I don't think anybody else. The Giants are playing good football, and they're playing good defense too.
Yeah.
So their defense is kicked in now, and they have weapons. And Eli's experienced, man. I mean, the way the NFC is going right now, look, Aaron Rodgers is heating up too. Okay, so there's a lot of teams. Everybody's talking about Seattle, but Seattle's up and down. I just don't think they have it this year.
They haven't been consistent.
Yeah, their offense is not good. The defense is still there, but they're going to wear down as it goes on. And they're not going to have home field advantage, which is going to be bad for them. The team I look right now in the NFL and the NFC, the Giants. It's Dallas and the Giants. I don't know who else to even look at this point. There's nobody. Detroit's up and down. They got beat by who? They get beat. They got by the Giants. They scored 6 points. And Atlanta's up and down too as that goes. Atlanta can score some points. But I just don't think they have the defense to make it that far as well. Where Giants seem to be, they're split down the middle with their offense and defense. I like them. I like the Giants this year, and their experience could beat Dallas in the playoffs. I think we'll see what happens with that. That being said, I was watching the Texans and the Jaguars. I picked up that game. It's funny, but you see this Brock Osweiler. This is the $70 million arm that they took away from Denver, who, obviously the Texans thought that they had the next one in their hands because he was, backing up Peyton Manning. He even took over for Peyton Manning for a little bit there, but then once again lost the job back to him, which showed you a lot. Brock Osweiler might be the most expensive bust in the NFL history at this point. At $70 million for he wasn't proven. I don't know if he deserves. I think Houston, the Texans made a mistake there. They over-evaluated this guy. So they bench him yesterday. They benched this guy. Here's money. They benched the $70 million arm for a guy named Tom Savage. Because I'm sorry, I don't know who Tom Savage is. What's he play for Metallica?
Sounds like it.
I mean, come on. This guy's going to
Macho Man, right?
This guy's going to he's dead. This guy's going to finish the season for the Texans, and they may make the playoffs. Another win, I think they're in the playoffs. Unreal. How you can make that mistake? That's a general manager needs to be looked at. You know what I mean? At this point. Where did they see Osweiler? He had a couple 4 or 5 games in Denver last year that were good. That turned him into a.
I don't know. And
that defense made you a good quarterback last year.
But I tell you what, give credit where credit is due. Give it to friggin' Elway for not giving in. Go ahead. You want it? You can get it somewhere else. Go get it somewhere else. I ain't paying that. You're freaking crazy. I could get half that money for a backup in Sanchez.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? He's just loving life over there too, isn't he?
Yeah. The other game I watched, the Giant game. Of course, I was telling you about that. They dumped on the line 17-6. The defense was, all world. I guess John Spagnuolo's got it going over there again. I mean, he's still proven to be one of the better, I guess, defensive coaches in this league. He knows how to take a team and build it. Like I said about the Giants, that's a team. It's going to be the Giants and the Patriots this year. I'm going out right here. That's my prediction for 2017.
I think
the Patriots and the Giants are paying for. They're going to play again for the Super Bowl.
I think Matty Ice and the Falcons are sham. I think they
are sham. Yeah, they are. I
don't think they're
always have been.
I don't think they're good as their record shows. I think Detroit is better than their record shows.
Yeah, the only problem with the Giants, they're going to get in there on a wild card. Okay, that's what they don't overtake Dallas, and then 2 games behind Dallas. So if they don't overtake Dallas, they're going to be they're going to have to do it all on the road, which is not far fetched based on the road they're going to take. They'll play. I don't know. The league is so choppy right now about who's going to make it, who's not. You can't even tell.
You can't. I just pulled it up on my phone to look at it. I'm like, well, who's on the cusp? I'm like, oh Jesus, a lot of teams.
If the Eagles were on the cusp yesterday's game. Put them on that means the league is screwed.
Oh yeah,
they have 5 wins.
They're finally eliminated now. You know what I mean? So
they were eliminated on kickoff this year. But the other game I watched, and I'm amazed at Tom Brady's ability. I just am. At 39 years old, the way he puts the ball in there still, and the way he throws so hard, and the control at 39 years old, he looks better than the rookies and the best rookies in this league. I mean, physically, he's getting slapped around a little bit more than usual. But he just keep on ticking. I mean, this has got to be the greatest quarterback ever. He's got to be, man. I mean, I'm a Joe Montana guy. I loved Joe growing up.
But he was never like this.
This guy is doing it with guys I don't even know on this. Every time the ball gets caught, a guy goes, "Who's that guy? Where they getting these guys at?"
Oh, they got him off the practice squad.
And they got what's his name? They just signed a wide receiver who passed out last week. Geez, I'm terrible on names, man. A starter for us, I think for San Diego, or I forget who it was. Maybe it's New Orleans. I don't have to go back and check. But anyway, shape, or form, there's always players on this team, and he makes them look so good. He puts that ball in. You got to catch it. It's just put in a spot where it just hits you in the hands of the chest. It's unreal how he threads the needle still at 39. That arm looks sharper than ever.
Yep.
This year, watching him play, I don't remember him being sharper than he is this year as far as putting the ball in there. I mean,
how incredible is that when you reach before it at age 39 and you go like, hell, shit, I need it this year. I need it because I ain't got the best. Gronk's down. This is down. Right. I got some no-namers. Aside from freaking what's his name? I'm think of his name. Now it's spread. The name for getting spread over to me. But I'm going to be 54 soon, and I have no attention span. I can't even remember the last 5 minutes.
I'm gonna hit the dirt nap early in my life. I know, man. It's a matter of time. Edelman.
Edelman. Thank you. That's it.
That's all he's got left. That's it.
That's what I was just going to say.
You know on that team, it's Edelman, and it's incredible. I just don't. You take he's got to be, to me. Forget about the cheating crap. I don't care about that. His ability. He's the greatest football player ever, based on what he's done. Since he got he's been in the Super Bowl since the second season.
It doesn't matter about the cheating, because when you're live in a football game, to throw the ball the way he does, kind of like sit there and go, shit, why would they need to cheat? You know what I mean? You sit there and go, look at the way he throws the ball. Who gives a rat's ass? Because you can't cheat that. You can't cheat that accuracy. You can't tell me, unless there's some freaking radio controlled robot inside that freaking ball that's making that ball go exactly into his hands, into a spot where nobody on the field can catch it except one of his receivers. You can't.
39 years old, he is the best quarterback in football.
Trust me along. Don't get me wrong. Trust me. I do not like the Patriots.
Yes, they screwed us. This is not about the Patriots.
They screwed us out of that. We lost our only Super Bowl appearance in my lifetime to them. You know what I mean? So
you were born in 1980, weren't you?
Yeah, but I was 10 years old. You know what I mean? So I didn't care. I didn't give a rat's ass then. But I'm just looking at it going, I have no love for the guy, but you got to give him his due. You got to give him his due. He's the best.
Well,
that's what I hate.
I mean, it's incredible to sit and watch the game, what they did to the Broncos. I think Broncos can't score touchdowns, obviously, but Patriots only scored 16, but there were 16 strategic points yesterday.
Since the Eagles are playing on Thursday, right? And the Giants are playing on Thursday this week. Can I please get something off my chest? Who the frick? I'm going to refrain from saying the F-bomb, but if any time it's deserved, it's this. The hell is going on with the Thursday night uniforms?
Yeah. What was that?
They look like a bunch of freaking Crayola crowns out there. The Seahawks the other night, I was like,
I watched that down in Florida, and it was disrupting the TV itself. I was looking at that. I said to my buddy, I said, "What is going on? How come that? Who's in there saying, ooh, we got to wear these uniforms?"
Who sat there and went, you know what? I want to look like radioactive duck urine.
It's like neon lights. It was like, it was distracting to the whole game. I'm like, who wants to wear those uniforms? Where in the committee did they say, well, this is a good idea?
No, would have been cool. The dumb shits, if they would have sat there and went, you know what? Throwback Thursday. How about all of our Thursday night games? Everybody wears a retro jersey against each other.
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell is that, though?
I don't know. They looked like they were.
They look like the friggin' Flagger Force. I was waiting for trucks to come out and start. I was waiting for Seattle to land a freaking jet on the goddamn course.
Does that go on every Thursday night? I don't watch Thursday night football.
I meant to bitch about
it. One team has to have a uniform like that.
They both do. They both have there's no logos on them. It's just color. It's just color or lack of color.
Thursday night football is a sham. I mean, but they still got good guys doing the game, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, that's what makes me tune into it.
Why? But we talked about Monday Night Football. It's I don't know what's a shame what happened to Monday Night Football. It is not even a show anymore. There's no, unless you're the home team playing. There's nobody's watching that game outside of the two teams that are playing. Nobody. Gruden looks like he's goofing now. He's not taking it seriously.
This is ridiculous. Like, why am I here?
Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame because I really don't mind the announcers during the game. I really don't. It's just they sat there and for some odd reason they went, you know what, Sunday nights are games now. And they kept giving Monday night to shit games. And they're giving Thursday night to shit games. I don't understand. If you kept it like, I understand that not every game's going to be great. But come on here. Throw a freaking bone once in a while. What was it last week? Chargers and Chiefs, right? No. Was it? No, Chiefs in Oakland.
Chiefs in Oakland, yeah.
Last week, 2 weeks ago. That actually meant something. That was a good game.
Now they throw the New York and Philly in there, which means shit.
Which means shit now. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's a crying shame. If we'd have had some kind of freaking now, here's the crazy part. He makes that 2-point conversion. Maybe it's an interesting game on Thursday.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? Because not because I think the Eagles are going to go anywhere. It's just because it's just another monkey in the wrench. Yeah, it's just another a fixing on something.
It means something. Yeah, I got you. Now. Before we start the show, we said we'd put together some of our predictions for next year. I tried to go back on last year's prediction. Mikey had that stuff put together. He's not here tonight. I don't know what we predicted, but sometimes none of it came right.
I was right on 3 things.
What's that?
Well, 2 things I know I was right on. We sat here and I remember correctly because I took such a ribbing for it. I said, what's her name? The little girl that played baseball. Yeah. I said, this is the last we heard of her. And you both were like, she's done. Little League's done. I said, I'm just telling you. I
Did
think
you hear of her again?
Well, we did, and at the end of halfway through it, right before the summer started, she was playing basketball. She was on the news again and all that shit. So I was right there. I said that was the last.
My daughter met her last summer down at the Philly Pride thing. She was down there. She's sitting on the side of the thing, just sitting there with a couple girls. My daughter walked up and said hello to her.
Oh, that's
out of nowhere. That's the last I heard her name mentioned. Well, she actually took a picture with her somewhere.
Yeah. But I'm saying, we said, that was one thing. She popped back up in the news at least once, big time.
Yeah,
and I said, Flyers will make some kind of trade. I don't know if it'll be a blockbuster one.
What trade did they make?
And they would go on a good run in February and March and actually make the playoffs. And you told me, B, you're out of your freaking mind. And lo and behold, they got rid of Luke Shen. It woke up Braden Shen. They went on a hell of a run in February last year, and they actually made the playoffs with a rookie coach. So, boom.
I don't know what I said last year, but I'm going to make a prediction for the next year. I mean, the years are over. We won't be on next week, obviously, Christmas Day or whatever. And we'll be back on New Year's, I think, January 2nd, which will be the last game of the NFL. So we'll be our playoff. We'll have something to talk about, I guess. I'm going to predict right now 2 things in my mind. Number one, Doug Peterson will be fired as the Eagles coach midway through next season. When he jumps out to a 2-5 start, and the plays are still.
And you don't know the schedule. You don't care the schedule.
It doesn't matter because they're the bad team. So the schedule doesn't matter what the schedule is. Okay, when you're the bad team, who cares who you're playing? Unless it's Cleveland, then you're the bad team.
Yep.
Because right now, I don't think they're better than anybody but Cleveland right now.
And no.
The 49ers.
I was going to say, give him a little credit.
Yeah, well, Chip's going too. That's another.
No, his Chip's. I've heard his job is safe. They've announced it.
That when they say their job is safe, that's when you're going. Ask Jeff Fisher. Fisher, they say, Fisher got a new 2-year extension. Next week he's gone. That's what. The other thing is, our fair new president, Donald Trump, will not be president this time next year. Okay, he will not be president. Okay, what's going to happen to him? He's going to quit. He's going to say it's medical or whatever, but he's going to quit because he can't stand. He won't be able to stand this chaos, this lifestyle of being president. I can already see it right now that he wants to still have fun in life, and he can't have fun being the president. You just can't do it, man.
He's just going to be a one-term president.
He's not going to make it. Pence will be the president because Trump will do what he needs to do by putting people in the right position, and he get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? ASAP. He's going to be. He'll get one State of the Union. That he'll do one State of the Union. He's got to do that.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. It's State of the Union. Every president got to at least do one of that.
State of the Union is going to be huge.
Right next year, I don't think he goes out because things are bad. I just go out because he can't take it no more. You know what I mean? He's not going to be able to take the chaos that comes with, being rich and wealthy and famous is different than being president of the United States under any circumstances. I'm seeing that right now in him. He wants to be there, but he doesn't want to deal with some of this shit. He wants other people to deal with it. You can't do that.
Look, you're my minion. Deal with it.
Yeah,
deal with it.
That's not, you can't. People come to you.
You know what happened? That happened during the 50s and 60s. Deal with it. You deal with it. That's why I hired you, and that's why we have the CIA. Oh, you told me to deal with it. I'm sorry, Mr. Truman. You said deal with it. I created the Central Intelligence Agency.
The problem is he don't believe the CIA or the FBI or anybody else but himself.
Yeah, look what happened. We got freaking Area 53, aliens landing all over the place, the atomic bombs in the desert. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to little shit. So.
I think next year the Flyers will compete for a Stanley Cup if they keep this team together.
Yep.
If they start chopping away at this hockey team, and there's got to be a number one goalie. When what's his name? Neuvirth gets back, he's not number one. He's not splitting time. It's Mason. You got to You got to be consistent with the goalie. If they do that, they compete next year with the Rangers for top spot in the East. If not, if they start messing with this team, Pittsburgh's going to pull back. They're going to pull back. Pittsburgh might win it again this year. They might, because they're doing what they do. They just lag behind and they come up. They might do it, but that's going to be it. You don't win more than 2 Stanley Cups in a row in this NHL anymore. It rarely happens. And when it does, that's it. Because what's going to happen is, like it does in football and anything else, players want cash. And when players start asking for cash, they get shipped out to different teams. Yep. Just ask the first Chicago Blackhawk team when that happened to. Buffalo and a couple other guys said, all right, you don't want to pay me? I'm out of here. You just want a Stanley Cup.
You're on Winnipeg now.
Yeah, right. But you know what I'm saying? Yep. It's pro ball. And I think the Sixers next year will be a playoff team. after the end of this first next year. They will compete for the playoffs next year. I think with Simmons and this Embiid, if they don't give this guy full time on the court, they're out of their minds. I watched the game the other day. He scores 33 points in a third of a basketball game. 33 points, 10 rebounds. I think he had 5 block shots and a couple assists, B. This guy's got to play every day. You know, and I don't know, these doctors or whatever they're doing to him, he's jumping in the stands. Yeah. He's flying all over the place, so he's not worried about his injury, right?
No, I think he's doing good. I think it's at a point where if you look at it, and actually the Sixers are part of my predictions.
Oh,
too.
My God. I can't wait. When Simmons comes back, I mean, buy tickets.
Yeah.
I might go down and watch basketball games.
Well, see, the thing is this. I see the problem. My prediction with the Sixers is you can't unload Noel's. You can't find it. You end up going to get nothing for him. That's what I predict.
Oh, no, he's gone.
No, I'm telling you, I don't think he is.
Oh, he's going. He's already gone. It's just waiting for a certain time.
Yeah,
he can't
that's
play.
My prediction.
He can't play.
No, I'm just throwing it. You asked me for.
If that's a prediction, where is he playing at?
I don't know.
There's no spot on the team for him. He's a center.
I think he's already bitching and complaining.
I know that's what I'm saying. He's a center, and then Okafor's the other guy. So where's he playing?
Exactly.
He's gone.
I know they're trying to move him. I think if they would have been able to move him already, then he would have been gone.
No, you're just throwing that in the air.
No, I'm not. I'm just. I'm just looking.
You're not following if you're talking like that because it's already being done.
No. I'm just telling you. I don't see that happening. But
all right, that's cool. You know, it's your opinion on the NBA.
All right. So my prediction. You ready for me?
Good.
All right. Eagles are going to be. Nothing's going to change. They're going to be in the same situation again next year. Exactly. Almost. I don't have him getting fired like you do so early.
Yeah.
But I have them in the same exact situation where nothing changes really. They weren't able to go out. They weren't able to get out and get a receiver. They haven't done anything. The O-line's falling apart. So but
they will get a receiver because that Minnesota pick's going to be a receiver.
Well, hopefully.
Or a free agent. There's a couple free agents coming out.
All right. Let's see. The Phillies, who are normally over patient with their draft picks, will start bringing up people in a frantic attempt to fill the seats up in the stadium.
Yeah, well, they got to wait. They got a couple of years to go with that.
No, I'm telling you, that's what I think. I think after the average, this is the first time in a long time they've seen their average dip below 30.
They got to get a bopper in there, man. They got to get someone to hit the ball in the fence.
I'm just telling you.
They got to do it. They got to buy them, or they got to bring them up, or find them somewhere.
Maybe you see somebody like a veteran, or somehow somebody comes back to retire here for 1 year or whatever. You know, I could see that as being a draw for tickets and sales and all that.
Like Jim Thome did back when they opened.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe like Cole Hamels at the end of his stretch here. You know, he gets traded back because he wants to retire in Philly, kind of shit, because he ain't. It ain't cutting it out in Texas, is it? No.
Right. He's making appearances, but he's not winning it.
Exactly. Right. So let's see. And finally, Flyers will lose in the conference final this year.
Ooh. Conference final?
Conference final. They will lose. They will get eliminated in the conference final. You got
them beating Montreal and Pittsburgh and the Rangers. That's a lot.
I think in a 7-game series, yeah. They've shown their durability, and what I see, I think it's still only 1-0 right now, but what I've seen out of this team, especially in that 10-game stretch here, is I can't count these guys out. They don't quit. Unlike the Eagles, they don't quit under this coach. There is no give, and then you see, you see it. If he thinks you're quitting, you sit. You miss a rotation on your bench. Have you noticed that? If he thinks you're dogging it out there, he pulls you. Like Voracek had 3 shifts tonight because what do you call it? Double shifts because somebody, I can't think of it. Who was it? It might have been Raffle. I'm not sure. But I was trying to figure out who it was.
They can't win without Radko Gudas. He's such a key figure on that team.
He's +5. I think he's one of the only 3 guys on the team that has a plus.
Like saying his name.
Plus-minus
Radko.
Radko Gudas.
It's
like a cheese.
So does Chris Terry. He loves saying Gudas. Yeah, I guess he loves.
He's a Terrian. Terrian likes the defensive guys because he was one.
Look at him, man. What's with him with the wet hair? It looks like
slick back Jack.
Is that Saskatchewan look?
Yeah,
slick back Jack.
Slick back Jack. But I look at this team now and I go, all right. This is exactly what I expected to happen. I said, with this team, you have the young, It takes a couple months for you to get your legs under you. Go, okay, all right, I'm in the National Hockey League. No big deal now, especially with the younger players. I mean, you got Ghost is in his second year. What do you call Gudis is in his second year?
He's been quiet this year. Ghost.
He's been quiet. Yeah. He's been okay.
Yeah.
Right now he's having his little sophomore slump.
They know who he is.
Yeah. Well, and also too, now you look at it. That defense is pretty good. It's pretty good. It ain't great, but it's pretty young, but it's pretty good. And I see them if this team can grow together. I mean, you got Street. Street is playing very good. I can't believe how good. Even what do you call it? The McDonald.
Yeah.
Who normally is crap. Who was crap last year.
Well, it's because
the last couple of years, you look at it.
When there's better guys on the team, the focus is on everybody now. When you don't have, you have guys like, when you don't have that stacked of a team at players, they can take care of you.
Well, I look at McDonald's. His play is so much better. My biggest thing over the years, and I've talked to a couple of our listeners like Isaiah and what do you call it, Rick, and a lot of people. In the past, we haven't had, and I'm not saying he was the be all end all, but who was it? The last person we had that could outlet a pass out of that defensive zone. Well, exactly. We traded him to Tampa.
I forget what you were talking about.
You know who I'm talking about? Matt Quarles.
Yeah.
So, he was half decent. I'm not saying he was a great player, but he was the last good one that we had on the team that could get that outlets and those plays started really fast. And then you go back to Desjardins was one of them and all that. So I look at it now. I'm like, okay, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with this defense, and the team is actually scoring like crazy. The one thing I do like about it is the way the coach handled the situation. From what I understand, and I don't know if I'm 100% right, but it just seems like it.
Right.
He's having them shoot at the feet more. Have you noticed that?
Yes, and that's key because this team's been a chest shooting team for
and
years.
What happens? They got all that equipment, it deadens it. He goes out to kick and make a kick save. It puts that puck right back into play. And look how many times they're scoring off of the slot.
And plus,
I love it.
And plus, you keep the shot down, there's less chance of it getting blocked.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot more chances of it ricocheting and getting deflect. We saw it tonight.
I've been yelling about that for years about keeping the shots down. I mean,
I always use your line, the Sunoco line at the Sunoco sign at the Wells Fargo Center gets more work than the freaking goalie, the other team goalies. Not the case this year. Right. They're averaging a shit. I think they're close to either leading the league or not in shots, which is awesome. The
Flyers have become a fundamentally sound hockey team. Where years prior they were just like muck and chase, get in there, slap the puck around. Now there's talent. Even watching them come out of the zone now, they circle. And then sometimes they back it up when it doesn't look good, and that's impressive.
Yes.
They back up, especially on the 3-on-3s.
Yes.
They do that. But on the regular 5-on-5s, I've been seeing how they come to the line. They don't like what they see. They take it back and they regroup.
Start over.
And that's Detroit hockey. I've always told you about the Red Wings. That's how they play hockey. No matter what.
It's funny because when you've always talked about it, bait, they don't dump and chase. It's like they take a dump and that's it. And they don't, so, but now they're dumping and chasing. Like other teams do, they just get to the puck now.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Right. The dump and chase is a fundamental part of hockey. The problem is, if you're not going to chase, don't dump. Right. But you have to get the puck deep in order.
If they're bringing it up to the line, they'll look out and they don't see they got the beat on it. Back it up, start it over again, regroup it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's first of all, wish you a Merry Christmas, you and your family, as usual.
You as well. Happy holidays, all that. We got Kwanzaa and
get all that
Hanukkah
stuff.
And everything else coming up for all of our listeners.
It's all on the 24th.
Yeah, everything's early. Everything's on time this year.
Yep.
No, it makes our lives easier. Get it done and over with, right?
We're off Christmas Day. Obviously, we'll be back New Year's and day after New Year's, January 2nd. I think it's Monday, right, this year. We'll celebrate that. We don't. For Mikey the Wall,
South Philly
Billy, guys watching now, Merry Christmas to you. We'll catch up to you after the new year. I'm Cassidy King with a lot of things. I got my chef Brendan B. This is the Sports Goombahs 2016. See you next year.